It's out with the old and in with the who? Stay tuned! Welcome back, guys, to part 17 of Building a Legacy with Atalanta. So in today's episode, we're going to go over the transfer review so we can have a look back at the players we brought in and who has left the club. We can get a quick look at the team overview for the season, and we'll take a look at the season preview while we're at it. And then we'll play our first game of the season against Bologna. You may remember Bologna were the first side I played when I came in to Atalanta, so we can see where we're at now. So let's get straight on with things, and we'll take a look at what transfers we made. So we're going to start off with the outs, and I am on the previous season for one reason. Felipe Anderson. We let Felipe Anderson go this season, but it went on last season's figures because the deal went through on the 16th of the 6th. If it had been in July, it'd be on this season. So you've got to remember that's 18 million we've recouped on Anderson as well. So this is what Anderson looks like for the player that we've let go. He's a good all-round player in that inside forward role, which would be this here. But he just didn't really perform enough for me in my first season there. And it 30, I mean, if we have a look at this, 34 appearances, just 4 goals and 5 assists as one of my primary outlets for goals last season. It just ain't good enough. And at 30, I just feel like it was time to bring in some younger blood. So now we can jump to this season and have a look who's gone out. So if we scoot through from the amounts we've got rid of players by, first player out is Ramo. He has gone to Seville for 15 million. Again, another player in his 30s, 31 now. He was playing as the volante in our side. So this is what we're missing now. Work rate was really good for that position and his stamina. But to be honest with you, he's pretty just well-rounded for that rather than a world class. His value has gone up since he's gone to Seville. But I think our new guy will be just as good, to be honest with you. He only got a 7.03 rating throughout last season. 2 goals and 3 assists. Did pick up 3 player of the match awards though, so could be missed. It's going to be a case of seeing how it goes. The next player out is Malinowski. He was a favourite of us to begin with. He has only left because of his age. Again, I'm trying to get the old men out of the club. As soon as you hit 30, unless you're a world-class number 1 choice every week, you're going to be leaving. And Malinowski was only backup to Pasalic in the midfield area. So I think it was 9.75 million we made on him. Not a fantastic amount to let him go to Calgary, but it's another bit of money in the old coffers, so to speak. Another player out was our main central defender last season. He paired up alongside Romero. He's going to be a big miss. Now, this wasn't a deal that I wanted to do, but he was pushing for the move. And after all of what he's given to Atalanta over the years, I just decided it would be the best thing for him. He'd been there since 2017, 181 appearances. He's just earned that rite of passage, I think, to go and get that one big payday. And then you come down to the odds and ends. These players, none of them are really mattered to us in the grand scheme of things. Most of them, the director of football got rid of for us. So we recouped 39.5 million. Plus the 18 million for Felipe Anderson. I'm not going to let them forget that. So we've recouped 59.5 million. We have spent 101 million though. And we'll start from the top. Biggest signing of the summer was this lad here, Guri. Came in from Nice for 32 million with a potential of rising to 41.5 million. He has come in to replace Felipe Anderson. I think we might be able to get up a comparison for you. Let's just run through Felipe Anderson. There he is. And we want to be looking at the overview. So this is Guri in the green, Felipe Anderson in the blue. More physical. He's about as fast as what Anderson was. Anderson did have more about his vision, but the attacking definitely falls on Guri, which is what we want. Anderson just was not putting out enough goals in that position, so I'm hoping this will help. Technically, around about the same. He's good in the air as well, so he's going to be good to get on the end of crosses, and he's mentally much better than Anderson. So a good all-round player to get in there. And when you think it's only a £15 million swing from getting rid of Anderson to bring Aguri in, I think it's a good deal. Now the next signing was Gulimon. He come in from Valencia for 25 million. He is going to be replacing Palomino. I wonder if we can get a comparison between these two. So I'll just quickly show you his attributes for the position he's coming in for. So he's pretty just well-rounded more than anything. I wanted a bit of pace at the back. He's got that, 16 and 15 on pace. He's very well-rounded for his mentals, and he's, again, well-rounded for his technicals. 6 foot, so he's a decent-sized centre-back. If we take a look at the comparison between him and... where is he? Palomino, there he is, right at the top. So the green is Guillamon and the blue is Palomino. You can just see how well-rounded he is. He's better than Palomino was in a number of areas. Physically, his speed, his vision, his attacking, his technicals. His aerials a little bit worse off. Mentals are about the same. Bit poorer on his defensive work though. But at 25, he's got time to improve that. Palomino definitely coming to the end of his career. He's going to turn 34 in this. He's going to turn 34 this season, so it's just the right time to be getting rid of him. The next player we brought in was Busquets. Yes, we brought in Busquets from Barcelona. No, not that Busquets. Overhauled Busquets. He comes in as a centre midfield backup. He is going to be playing as an attacking midfielder. Let's bring up his attributes for that. And he is back up to Pasalic. Now, he's got that 3.5 star potential. I do expect him to reach that. We've got him for a fair price, to be honest with you. Paid 15 million for him, and I just see this being a 15 million really well spent. Lightner says this is Pasalic's last season at the top. I think Busquets will end up taking that role from him. We then brought in Klattenbach from Cologne over in Germany. He's going to be our backup left back. And again, another young lad, 22. He's got all his attributes are all in the yellow already at 22. He's got 3.5 star potential. Currently playing at 2.5 star. So he's definitely on the rise. He's got that determination that's going to see him really click on. I just think this lad could really add something to our side. We spoke about adding a bit of depth to the side. This is definitely that sort of guy. The next sign-in was actually my first signing of the summer. Owusu. He comes in from Ghent. Now, this lad looks amazing at just 25 years old. Probably the oldest signing I'm going to make. He's right on the cusp of not being allowed as far as save rules go. Everyone's got to be 25 and under. And as you can see, he's going to turn 26 this season. So I've got him in just in time. I have been looking at him all of last season though, since I turned up at Atalanta. And you can just see he's got a couple of greens, 3 greens, 4 greens already for this Volante role. He's got everything else in the yellows apart from his finishing. So his shooting's not brilliant, but I think he's just going to add that bit of quality to the midfield. The final signing to talk of, we're going to ignore the bottom 3 because they were just players that were brought in by the director of football to go into the youth teams, is this lad here. I didn't go and find this guy. I didn't know anything about him. Now, Coelho has come in from one of the Brazilian teams, I think, or no, the Argentinian Racing Club. So they've come in from Racing Club. We've signed him for 3.8 million. Look at this lad's attributes for 3.8 million. We're probably going to be playing him as an inverted winger on support. So we can see already he's very well rounded for that. He's got his 16 dribbling, which is going to add to everything he can do. He can also play the other side as an inside forward on attack. So I'm thinking, versatility wise, there's a lot to be said for this player. And for £3 million, I've got to applaud the director of football that I did give a new contract to. So that's all the transfers. How does that leave our team looking? Well, it looks a bit like this. Let's do team report first, and you can have a look at the squad depth. So the goalkeepers, we've got a 3.5 star and a 2.5 star goalkeeper. The defenders, we've got 3 and a 2, 4 and a 3, 3.5 and a 2.5, a 3 and a 2.5. Not too bad at all. The midfield looks fairly solid. And you can see up front, we've got Under on that side. We've got Guri on that side. Esportito up top. It looks solid. As far as what is going to be our best side, well, this is what I believe will be our best side, and I've numbered them accordingly. So we've got Magnan in goal. We've got Richa, Guillemon, Romero and Zorti across the back. So the change to that normal back line is Guillemon is now there. We've got Prasina and Owusu in the midfield, playing behind Pasalic. So Owusu is the new player there. And then up front, we've got Guri, Under and Esportito. And the new player here is Guri. So we've got 3 new players that we've got to install as the main side going forward from last season. On the bench, new player to mention here is this young lad. Innocenti, he has come in from our youth department. We've promoted him. I said I was going to be looking at keeping young players involved. Well, this is the young player I'm keeping involved. He is a right fullback. I'm doing what I can to train him to be a wing back on support, so getting his crosses and dribbling better. I really think that if he takes off as much as it looks like he can, we're going to be alright. Only thing I'm worried about is determination is only a 10. We've already spoke about Kattenbach. We know about Kamara from last season, but we don't know about this guy, Emmanuel Gaiba. He has come in again from our under-20s team. He's got 4.5 star potential. We're going to be playing him not as the volante role, but we're going to be playing him in the Regista role and retraining him to that. He's already got fantastic looking ability for a 21-year-old that has only just come out of the under-20s. His balance, he's got 16. There's not really much to say about it. A player that's got this good of mentals at 21 is only going to go on to be something really good. And the difference between him and the player we just looked at, 15 determination, says that he's likely to reach his potential. So what we need to do now is jump on and see how that leaves us looking for the season. And this is the season preview. So the Italian Serie A media believe that we are going to finish 6th this year, 20-1 to win the league. Well, I've been 150-1 before and won the league. I can surely do it with Atalanta. We've got one player in the overall best 11, and that's Under. There's not really any doubt about that. He has been fantastic. If we have a look at the highest net transfer spend, that's us. 61 million, highest net transfer spend. Well, we made the Champions League. I thought we might as well go for it. Might only get one chance in this save to go for it, so let's go for it. So they're expecting Juve to finish top again, with Inter, Lazio and Napoli covering the Champions League spots. I think we've got a chance at finishing in the top 2 here. And I did say at the end of last season, depending on how Juve strengthened, I think we could finish top. Now, if we have a look through the transfers that have gone through, any big transfers to Juve? They've got Coutinho in. They've gone for the old men again. Anyone else come into Juve? No one that I can see. So let's jump into the first match against Bologna and see what team we're going to put out. Before we jump into the game, my competition expectation reviews come through. We're to be competitive in the Champions League, qualify for the Euro Cup, so not the Champions League in Serie A, and reach the quarterfinals of the Italian Cup. So not major expectations, to be honest. Okay, for today's game, we are going to go with Magnan in goal, Risha, Guillemon, Romero and Zorte across the back line, Prasina and Usu in the midfield behind Pasalic, with Guri, Under and Esportito leading the line. We've got one player that was unavailable for us, and that's Busquets. He's got an injury for the next 6 weeks, so not a brilliant start to his campaign. So we're giving competitive debuts to Guillemon, Urusu and Guri up top. Let's jump in and see what happens. Let's point our finger and say we're favourites and should be winning comfortably. Send the assistant. So we've got our 4-3-3 lineup. Let's have a look at how Bologna are lining up. They're going with a traditional 4-2-3-1. No one in there that I really recognise, so no one to fear too much. Torino lead the way in the league with goal difference at the moment after the first game. Will be interesting if we can go out and do the same sort of job we done on them last time. We won 4-0, remember, in the first game in charge. Risha with the ball on the left hand side. Is he going to look for someone inside? He's pulled it across, headed away. And Bologna looking to get forward. Prasina will pick that up. And he's gone inside there. Arusu back. And now it's Guillemon. Prasina. Through to Gui. Back out. And now on the outside, Rissia. What's he going to do? He's played it into Guri. Into Esportito. That is beautiful. 1 minute and 48 seconds into the team playing together for the first competitive game, and they've put a real team goal together there. That was beautiful football, and hopefully a sign of things to come. It was just an incredible bit of interplay between them that saw that goal come about, and it really makes you think just how much of a difference Guri's going to have to playing on that side. The fans were up in arms about us getting rid of Felipe Anderson. But if this guy comes straight in and does that, maybe they won't be. Just drop a bit of encouragement on the side. Throwing from Risha. Risha receives it back and he puts the cross into the box. It's been cleared away, but only as far as another one of our midfielders. Out wide to Risha again. Back into the box deep. This time to Under. Keeper saves well. Risha back into the box, but this time it's put away. Mario Pasalic on the score sheet. 23 minutes in. We are 2-0 up to the good. And these players are starting to really play well together. We've got a throw in on the left hand side as Bologna attack. Thrown forward and headed back into the middle. And now, Pasalic's picked that up really well. Through to Esportito and he's through on his own. Esportito and the keeper makes the save. I was expecting goal number 2 there for Esportito. I have upset the players doing that encouraging. See if I can get a praise on pretty quick. Might not have to. Goal kick sent upfield. And we've brought it down. Pasalic out wide. Here's Guri. Guri into the middle. Prasina. Pasalic. Back to Guillemon. Forward to Pasalic. Out wide to Under. Under takes on 1. Takes on 2. Takes the shot. And the shot is the only thing that let him down there. Under needs to remember he's still going to be a star in this team no matter what happens. Doesn't need to go doing silly things. We're all playing to a green at the minute. Corner kick for Under to swing into the near post. Esportito gets there. We scored a few goals like that last year, and we started again this year. 3-0 we lead. Nowhere near half time yet. We've still got another 10 minutes to go. What a beautiful finish from Esportito there. The cross is working well from us at the corner kicks. And look at that. The Bologna just are nowhere near us. So the first half brought to a close. The XG shows we're well in charge of this game. 3-0 we lead. Esportito, Pasalic and Esportito again. Let's get in the dressing room. We're really going to praise the players here. Please keep it up, lads. And we'll get the second half started straight away. Nothing needing changing at the minute. We've got a full green contingency of players out there. It was always said in Italy that you play to win 1-0, you play to keep a clean sheet. Well, I'm bringing attacking football to Italy. And I'm bringing it with Atalanta. We've got a throw in here. Zorte into the box. Under. Pulls it back and across the box there. It's just knocked out. Risha back through. And it's a goal on Guri's debut. Guri has a goal on his debut. He already had an assist. He's now got a goal. 4-0 we lead. And now we can look at making changes. This has been a dominant win. Let's get a bit of praise put on there. And we'll look at what changes we can make. Everyone's playing so well. I don't want to bring anyone off. Who can we bring off? So we're going to bring on Innocente for Zorte. Zorte not having the best game out of everyone. And it gives a chance for Innocente to show what he can do as a youngster. And we will also... Yes, let's give you a look at Coelho. He's going to come on for Under. And hopefully both of them can come on and show a little bit of what they can do as two young players at this club. Just going to switch the instructions to go work the ball into the box now. Just to hold a bit more possession. There's no need to waste a goal if we don't need one. Rika with the throw. And that player's gone straight through the back of Guri. And he's going to be sent off for that. Manafa's been sent off for Bologna now. Things just go from bad to worse for them. We've had a really solid game today. We've looked really good. And that's full time. We've won this game 4-0. Completely dominated the XG, which is what it's all about. We have just dominated the game. That's got to be the word of the day. Dominated. Esportito got a couple. We've got a goal from Jury. We've got a goal from Pasalic. Everyone's played really well, especially the debutants. We'll jump into the dressing room and we're going to give a massive praise. There we go. So after the first game of the season and all them transfers in, we've won 4-0. It leaves us top of the league. So the only other sides to win with... It leaves us top of the league. The other sides to win on the opening weekend. Torino, Lazio, Fiorentina, Parma, Sampdoria and Zebra. So Juventus. So Esportito sends Atalanta top is the headline they go with. We've got man of the match was Under. Again, 7.9 rating. So many man of the matches he got last year. Again, he started as he means to go on. So we make a fantastic start to the league campaign with that 4-0 win. We're going to leave it there and wrap it all up. The next time I'll be with you, I think we will probably go through to November, if not a little bit before. So somewhere around the Milan, Fiorentina game. There are Champions League games to come. That'd be the group stage. So I guess it'd be also depending on who we draw in the Champions League. If a big game comes up, it might be worth having a look at one of them. If not, maybe Milan, I should imagine. If not, we'll have to just wait and see. For now, guys, that's been a brilliant start to the season. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave us a great big thumbs up. If you haven't already, bash the subscribe button and share it with your friends who you think might enjoy it. For now, I'll see you again soon.